came up with the idea that these two people were like best friends from childhood. Well, what if they were like soulmates, like meant to be, you know, true love and all that kind of good stuff, and they met back up later in life? One of my favorite movies of all time is Richard Linklater's Before trilogy, particularly Before Sunset. And I just loved the two people coming back together who had a history already, and were separated for a long time, and then and see them, you know, years later still have that connection. Jodie with a Y is now Jodie with an I, this full-blown, wonderful, gorgeous, smart, strong trans woman, and Nick is a dumpster fire. Like, his wife has just died, and he wants to take care of his daughter, who's the most important thing in his life, but he's a wreck. He needs rescue. Jodie is the knight in shining armor, as it were.
She makes this decision to come home, which is terrifying, but she does it anyway. And she makes this choice to like reconnect with this old friend who she grew up with, who did hurt her. She didn't have to open that door again. I think that's the harder choice. She runs like full force into life, and I think that's a really honorable and like badass thing to do.
I loved the story of seeing somebody that was just confident in who they were, and then someone who isn't that, and then trying to kind of bridge that gap between the two. And I think that that's like what these two characters do for one another, and why I thought this script was so heartwarming, is that like Jodie brings this out in Nick and makes it okay.
So Sweet Star Grief is the name of a song that was written by a band that lived in Dallas when I lived in Dallas. They were like a local band, and they were playing at like this arts thing that one of my short films was playing at, and at the time, and that was kind of how I met them. And I liked their music, and so I bought their CD. And they had a song called Sweet Star Grief, and I loved it. And I loved the poetry of putting those three words together in that order. It just, I don't know, it just sparked images. And so that is the name of the movie. I wanted to make a love story. And I want to make a very small, intimate movie. I am a 51-year-old cis-het white man. Who the fuck wants to hear a story about somebody like me? But to be serious, like, I've just always been way more interested in people who aren't like me than people who are like me. Like, going all the way back to childhood. I don't know why that is, but I've just always been more interested in the experiences of others and people like me, and I don't know, I'm just weird that way.